Marissa Zavisky, and today I want to talk about mindfulness when cooking. Well, baking, because we're baking cookies today. The best cookie recipe, the only one that you'll ever need. So, yes, you are mindful, even when baking cookies and resisting the urge to eat all of the dough. So, the idea of mindfulness comes from an ancient Zen text called Tenzo Kyokun. So the Tenzo Kyokun is basically like instructions for the chef, but with more wisdom and fewer episodes of chopped. So the Tenzo Kyokun teaches that cooking isn't just about making food, it's about being fully present and treating each ingredient with reverence. Think of it like yoga, but in your kitchen and with a lot more butter. So how does this relate to baking? The first step in making our cookies, our chocolate chip cookies, is going to involve our butter. So this is some good butter. Get your high quality butter if you want. That's what I did. Make sure cookies taste 10 times better. Just stop and appreciate the butter, you know. But first, we are going to take our butter. I need a knife to cut our butter. And we are going to brown it. This is the crucial step for this. So get a pan, preferably like a lighter color pan, because you're gonna be browning the butter, and butter can burn like really fast. If you're not careful, the butter will just start to burn, and then you will be sad because you burned your butter. And you're gonna need to use a whole nother cup of butter in order to do the skin. So use a light pan if you're doing this for the first time. And we are going to open our butter up. You need 1 cup of butter, by the way. I don't know if I said that, but you're gonna take 1 cup of butter. I like salted butter. So what I'm gonna do is just take it and just cut it into just little pieces so it's easier to put in the pan. And you're just gonna drop it in and brown it. Alright, so this is my butter. It is browned. When you stir, you can kind of see that. So this is why you gotta be careful, because you might not be able to see that, and then your butter will start to burn. But that is what my butter looks like. Once it starts bubbling, it goes fast. So just keep an eye on it. Okay, so now we are going to mix our other ingredients while we wait for that to cook. So be patient in the kitchen. There is nothing more important than patience, as said by our friend Master Duggan in here in this text. So first, we are gonna do our dry ingredients. We'll wait on our sugar for a second. We are gonna need 2 1/2 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, not powder, okay? A teaspoon of salt in there. Just gonna give her a mix, get everything in there. Now, in our bigger bowl, we are going to combine our sugars and everything else basically that we did not put in that. 1 cup of granulated white sugar, another cup of brown sugar. We need to add our eggs. So we need 2 eggs. 1, 2. I need 2 tablespoons of vanilla, or just measure with your heart. And give her a mix really quick. We still want the brown sugar to cool off just a little bit more, and that's gonna get added in to this in a second here. But now I like to add my chocolate chips to my flour mixture because I feel like it incorporates a lot nicer. Or you can really do any mix-ins with this that you want. It doesn't really matter. It's a good base recipe, but today we're making chocolate chip cookies. So we're gonna take one, you can use whatever kind of chocolate you like, but semi-sweet bar. So you're gonna get a chocolate bar. I'll chop her into pieces here. Pop that into your bowl. We are going to take our chocolate chips now. Whatever chocolate chips you like. These are mini chocolate chips because, you know, I felt like doing mini chocolate chips today. It just adds something to it, you know? But, you know, it says 1 cup of these. We'll see how much 1 cup is. And mix it in here. 1 cup. And then we'll mix and see how much we like that. But basically, it's important to be in the moment when you're cooking and just, this one did not break up. Be in the moment without distractions when you're cooking. That's just one of like his main teachings. Just be in the moment. You don't need to rush. Very, you know, you're baking. It's like funsies, right? Hopefully. You like baking. You're gonna be doing it. Okay, so our butter is still just a bit warm for my liking, so I'm gonna let it rest for another like 5 minutes or so, and then we'll be back. After some time has elapsed, going back to our little recipe there, our sugar mixture, we are going to add our cooled butter. Make sure you scrape off all of the good brown butter pieces on the bottom of your pan. Get that in there. And just do that. When you're mixing the dough, you can really stop and just smell everything. These cookies, they are gonna smell so good in your house. Everybody's gonna be coming downstairs and be like, what are you making? Be like, oh, the best cookies in town. Marissa's teaching me how to make them, and they are going to appreciate that. So by slowing down, you might actually enjoy what you're doing instead of turning it into just rushing. Okay, now that that's all incorporated, it's in there. It smells delicious. Everybody is going to be thanking you for just making your house smell so good. Okay, now we are going to slowly incorporate our flour mixture. Again, it's like your own mindful meditation. Slowly do it. Patience. In steps, we are going to do this. Just because it's easier that way. Okay, so boom. So basically now, unfortunately, the time that we must practice our patience the most. This dough has to chill in the fridge for at least 30 minutes. So we're gonna put it in there and then go for a walk, clean up your mess, make lunch, do your laundry. Whatever you need to get done for the day, just, you know, do it while it's chilling in the fridge. And then we will come back after our dough has chilled for a significant amount of time and do our next steps. Okay, dough has chilled for an elapsed amount of time, we are going to bake them. So we can set our oven to 375 degrees. Get out 2 trays because this makes a lot of cookies. So if you're just doing 1 tray, it's gonna take you a bit just like that. I use parchment paper on my trays just because it's easier. You can make these cookies as big or as small as you want them. That's pretty much it. It's not that complicated. And I'm gonna do like I guess that size, kind of bigger than usual, but we're just gonna. And then when our oven is done preheating to 375, we will put the cookies in for 10 to 12 minutes, depending on your oven and how cooked you want them to be. In the oven, we will set the timer for 12 minutes. So the timer just went off and we're gonna take our cookies out. Oh, they look good. If you want your cookies a little more flat and not so domed, you can take them out and bang them on the counter. That's what I did. Just like 2 minutes left. They look like they're a little big. Oh, look at the chocolate oozing out of that one. So our cookies have cooled, and now it is time for you to eat them. Have a bite.